This is Concacaf Video Signals, a Monday, March 2nd edition. Today on Video Signals, second leg quarterfinal play in the Concacaf Champions League starts tomorrow. We see how the quarterfinalists fared in league and friendly play this weekend, and we'll take a look at this week's matchups. The Concacaf Under-20 Championship starts on Friday in Trinidad and Tobago, and we'll review friendly results from this past weekend. Let's go on a trip around the Confederation, and then complete today's edition of the program, as always, with the Concacaf Quiz. We start where else but with the Concacaf Champions League. 6 of the 8 quarterfinalists had either a league or friendly match this past weekend. On Saturday, at the Estadio Azul, CCL quarterfinalists Cruz Azul and Atlante battled to a scoreless draw. La Máquina is now unbeaten in 3 league matches, while Atlante tied for the 5th time in 8 games. CCL quarterfinalists Houston Dynamo and Montreal Impact played a 70-minute friendly at Robertson Stadium in Houston, and the Dynamo ran out 3-2 victors. U.S. international Brian Ching tallied twice for the winners, while Panamanian Roberto Brown and Peter Byers of Antigua scored for Montreal. On Sunday, Pumas ended its 5-match winless streak by winning at home 2-1 over Tigres. Dante Lopez broke the 1-1 tie with an 86th-minute winner. Fernando Morales also scored for UNAM. Santos is now unbeaten in 5 of its last 6 Clausura matches, thanks to a 2-2 tie at Necaxa. Cristian Benitez scored in the 6th minute for the visitors, while Matias Vuoso knocked in the equalizer 14 minutes into the second half. Champions League quarterfinal second leg play starts tomorrow night, when Houston travels to Cancun to face Atlante. The teams are tied at 1 goal each, and there is everything to play for at the Estadio Andres Quintana Roo. On Wednesday, the Puerto Rico Islanders will take a 1-goal advantage to San Pedro Sula, where they will meet Marathon. The Estadio Olímpico Metropolitano will be the site for this crucial match. Pumas and Cruz Azul will square off in a Mexico City derby at the Estadio Olímpico Universitario. UNAM will be hoping to repeat its league form of Sunday as it tries to erase a 1-goal deficit from the first leg. Second leg play concludes on Thursday when Santos hosts the Montreal Impact at the Estadio Corona in Torreon. Montreal travels to Mexico with a 2-goal advantage in their pockets. Video Signals will be there to bring you all the Champions League news this week. Now to Under-20 news. Honduras and St. Vincent and the Grenadines will meet today for the final place in the Concacaf Under-20 Championship at the Marvin Lee Stadium in Mocoya, Trinidad. The winner of the match automatically advances to the finals, while the loser will go home. The competition runs from this Friday through March 15th and is comprised of 2 groups of 4 teams each. The USA, El Salvador, Jamaica, and the winner of Honduras and St. Vincent are in Group A, which will play out of the Dwight York Stadium in Basilet, Tobago. Group B is based at the Marvin Lee Stadium in Mocoya and consists of Mexico, Costa Rica, Canada, and the host, Trinidad and Tobago. In friendlies played this past weekend, on Friday in Florida, Jamaica topped Canada 1-0 on a 61st-minute goal by John Ross Doyley. Costa Rica defeated club-side La Suerte 3-0. Josue Martinez continued his great form by scoring twice for the winners. On Saturday, Trinidad and Tobago tied 1-1 against visiting El Salvador at Plymouth, Tobago. Lester Blanco scored on a penalty kick for the Central Americans, while Sean De Silva was on target with an equalizer for Trinidad. Yesterday, the USA and Canada played to a scoreless draw in Florida, while today, Trinidad and El Salvador will meet again in Plymouth. Now, let's take a trip around the Confederation. Costa Rica dropped a 2-0 decision to host Peru in a U-17 friendly in Chincha yesterday. The Ticos are in Peru for a quadrangular event that continues tomorrow with a match against Bolivia. Guadalajara travels to Venezuela to meet Caracas FC in the Copa Santander Libertadores tomorrow night. Chivas will look to consolidate their position atop the Group 6 table with a 2nd consecutive win. And that completes our trip around CONCACAF. Now it is time for today's CONCACAF quiz. On Friday, we posed this question. A team from Honduras has won the CONCACAF Champions Cup on 2 occasions, both times by the same team. Were you able to name that team? Our thanks to everyone who responded. The correct answer is Olimpia in 1972 and 1988. We stick with the CONCACAF Champions Cup for today's question. A team from either Costa Rica or Mexico has won the Concacaf Club Championship every year since 2002. Which was the last team to win the title from outside one of those two countries? If you think you know the answer, please send an email to VideoSignals@concacaf.org before 12 p.m. New York time tomorrow. Those who answer the question correctly will have their names placed into a weekly contest where the winner will receive a Concacaf prize. The draw for this week's prize was conducted earlier today, and the winner has been notified. That's all for today. Please remember to check the Concacaf website for news and features from throughout the Confederation. Thanks for joining us at Video Signals, your source for Concacaf news.